o3-Mini is here. I'm gonna test it out. Let's see how good it is. All right, so I'm in my ChatGPT account, o3-Mini High. That's what we're gonna be using throughout this entire test. Now keep in mind, o3-Mini is especially good at STEM. That includes coding. All right, let's do the first test. Write the game Snake in Python. All right, here we go. Reasoning, let's click in. We can actually see the reasoning summary. Again, not the actual chain of thought because OpenAI does not reveal that, but we at least get to see a summary. That's a lot of summary right there. So let's see, considering implementation, crafting minimal code, finalizing the game setup, and then the actual output is lightning fast, very impressive. Let's copy it and test it out. All right, so I pasted the code in, let's give it a try. And here we go, this is the game Snake. Let's see what happens if I actually can get the piece because it's moving so darn fast. Oh my God. There we go. All right, and it seems to work just fine. All right, let's see what happens when we run into a wall and the game's over. So that is definitely a successful Snake game. Next, for a harder coding problem, write the game Tetris in Python. And let's see the reasoning summary. Charting Tetris in Python, pulling together the essentials. Definitely feels like it's moving a little slower this time, mapping out the game mechanics. All right, yeah, this is definitely taking a lot longer than the Snake game did. But the output, look how lightning fast that is. That's crazy. All of this code almost gets output instantly. And it makes me think, how fast is the chain of thought moving? Imagine how many tokens per second it is getting. We don't know for sure. It doesn't tell us tokens per second. We can't see the chain of thought at all. So really the only thing we have to go on is how fast the actual code gets output. Either way, let's give it a try. All right, there we go, 293 lines of code. Let's play and see if it works. Press any key to, okay. And this seems like a working Tetris game. Here we go. Okay, so I'll put the pieces down. And it even has that mechanic where it can hit the floor and then still move afterwards, which is really cool. And let's see what happens when we complete a row. All right, there we go. Now we can complete the bottom row and, oh, it didn't disappear. All right. Oh, it disappeared after the next one. So that's a slight bug, but I'd still say this is pretty darn good. And it's obviously on hard mode right away. So overall, I'm still going to give it a pass. Obviously, there was a little bug there, but overall for one go, very nice. And maybe that's a pass with a slight asterisk. All right, next, a little bit of logic and math. So the postal office has size restrictions for mailable envelopes, minimum dimensions, maximum dimensions, both given there. You have an envelope measuring 200 millimeters by 275. Does the given envelope fall within the acceptable range? Now, as it's thinking through it, let me explain. It does. The answer is yes. However, it really depends on the orientation of the envelope. In one orientation, it doesn't, but if you just rotate it, it does. So hopefully it figures that out. All right, and there it says yes, converting it, it does fall within the range. So very nice, only took 15 seconds, really good. That's a pass. Next, how many words are in your response to this prompt? No details on the internal chain of thought. Interesting, okay. Maybe it froze. Interesting. Yeah, maybe it froze. Maybe it doesn't like this question. I don't know. Let's try it again. How many words are in your response to this prompt? All right, and this is the second time I'm seeing this. Your request was flagged as potentially violating our usage policy. Is it too difficult for it? I don't know, but that's definitely a fail. Next, the killer's problem. There are 3 killers in a room. Someone enters the room and kills one of them. Nobody leaves the room. How many killers are left in the room? Explain your reasoning step by step. Now, I probably didn't need explain your reasoning step by step, but it'll be nice to see how it's thinking about whether it's counting the dead killer as still a killer. And yeah, you know if you've watched this channel at all. Here we go. Figuring out the number, assessing, taking a closer look, laying out the options, considering the ambiguity. If the dead killer is counted, there might be 3 killers, including the initial one and the newcomer. All right, so it's really thinking hard about this. So this is 37 seconds of thinking, which is more thinking than I've really ever seen it do. So initially there are 3 killers. The newcomer, by killing one of them, becomes a killer. Even though one killer is now dead, his status as a killer remains. Therefore, there are now 4 killers. So I definitely don't usually get the 4 killers answer, but this is absolutely correct, especially because it explained its reasoning. So that's a pass. We just had DeepSeek R1 come out, and remember, o3 is still out there crushing the ARC AGI benchmarks. But here's the thing, training the models to be thinking models is really difficult. It's a computational nightmare. But the partner of today's video, Yandex, has a great, completely open source, completely free solution. And you know I love open source, so I'm really proud to be working with Yandex here. Yandex introduced something called YaFSDP. It's an open source library that optimizes and accelerates the way that GPUs talk to each other during training time. And so that will allow you to seriously cut down on time and cost. They even have comparisons to Deep Zero and FSDP, showing that YaFSDP takes the lead. And YaFSDP is a sharded data parallelism framework designed to work with transformer-like architectures, perfect for model training. So if you're looking to accelerate your training and really just get models to market more quickly, check out YaFSDP on GitHub. I'll drop all of the links down below. Thank you again to Yandex for partnering with me on this video. And now back to the video. Next, the marble question. A marble is put in a glass cup. The glass is then turned upside down and put on a table. Then the glass is picked up and put in the microwave. Where's the marble? Explain your reasoning step by step. Let's go. Let's see. I wonder if it's going to take longer than the last one. So typically an open top glass cup's marble would fall out when flipped upside down. There's no mention of a marble sticking or staying. Let's break it down. Typical glass cup is larger than a marble. Good. Thinking through gravity pulling the marble out. Okay, let me see. Okay, let me see. Okay, let me see. Very interesting. So I haven't really seen this very personal human-like thinking other than the R1 model, but now I'm starting to see it as I'm looking through at least the summary of the chain of thought of o3-Mini. And it's still going. Look how much chain of thought summary we already have. This is a ton. All right, there we go with the output. So the marble is placed in the cup. Gravity causes the marble to drop onto the table. Picking up the cup does not affect the marble. The marble's on the table. Yep, perfect. All right, next, the North Pole question. Imagine standing at the North Pole of the Earth. Walk in any direction in a straight line for 1 kilometer. Now turn 90 degrees to the left. Walk as long as it takes to pass your starting point. Have you walked? And then we give it a few multi-choice answers. Now I'm going to go ahead and submit it. As it's going through it, I don't believe that you would ever cross over the same point, but I know that a lot of you disagree with that. But I really do think if you're at the top, at the North Pole, walk down, turn left, you're going to go around the Earth and never cross back over the top of the Earth at the North Pole. If you think I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. All right, and it gave me the answer exactly 2 times pi kilometers, which I don't think is correct. And it also thought for 1 minute and 15 seconds. Now I've had all of the different models, O1, o3-Mini, now o3-Mini, give me different answers. And I really do think you never cross over the same point again. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. But for now, I'm going to give it a fail. Next, give me 10 sentences that end in the word apple. And this is where it would really be nice to actually see the chain of thought. Determining inclusion criteria, ensuring apple is the final word, punctuation's role, needs more clarity. Lots of thinking on this one. And there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. That is a definite pass. 52 seconds to come up with that. Great. All right, now another very common test for these models. How many R's are in the word strawberry? Should get it right. These are easy for it at this point. But remember, this question stumped all the models just a few months ago. So thought about it, 3. Perfect. All right, next, a little bit of morals. Is it acceptable to gently push a random person if it could save humanity from extinction? Give me a yes or no and explain your reasoning. All right, here we go. Navigating moral implications, weighing ethical implications, navigating moral perspectives, assessing utilitarian views, balancing ethical tensions. All right, yeah, so it's thinking about all of it, but I did specifically ask it for a yes or no. And I want to know why. All right, so the answer is yes, from a consequentialist perspective. By the way, I don't think I've ever heard that word before. The minimum harm of a gentle push is outweighed by the immense benefit of saving humanity. Perfect. Yeah, that is a perfect answer. All right, so those are all of my typical questions. Now, I'm going to give it one just because I want to test its web searchability. When is the next UFC fight? Who is fighting and where is it located? Reasoning. Okay, let's see if it says if it's going to use search or not. Okay, interesting. It's talking about February 20th. Okay, considering events UFC 293 and 294. Okay, but those are in the past. Ooh, I don't have current event details. Oh my God, it thought so long to just tell me that. And I just realized search was off. That's a user error. Okay, let me try it again. At least now we know what it looks like when search is off. Same question. All right, yes, now it's actually getting the right answer. Yeah, okay, good. All right, February 1st, which is tomorrow, UFC Fight Night. Perfect, perfect. All right, so that's a definite pass. Very well done. All right, so that's it. o3-Mini is really amazing. So definitely give it a try. If you want to see me compare it to R1 or do any other comparisons or want any more info, just drop a comment below. Let me know what you want to see. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.